Good evening, Cheney, Washington. Welcome back for Game 2, Night 2 of the Northern Pacific Hockey Conference Championship rematch. Well, what do you expect to see here tonight there, Gary?
Well, I'm hoping that Eastern picks up where they left off. They looked outstanding last night. Best I've seen them play all year. It'll be interesting how Western bounces back because they had a slow start yesterday and never got caught back up. So it'll be interesting.
The Eagles have made a change in net tonight with going with Jake Bowen with the start. And also starting tonight for the Eastern Eagles, you're going to have Morgan Ouellette, Trevor Zakrajcek, Luke Browning, and Hayden Borden and Sam Gilman, on the blue line for Eagles.
Well, it's good to see that Stoneham, he must have got a lot of rest because he's back there again, out starting again tonight.
Since he only brought one goal, he hasn't got a lot of choices.
Well, if Robert McDonald plays like he did last night and Western does anything, they'll give him a run. Oh, quick whistle. Western shot it in. Mark McDonald, he thinks he has a goal. He's trying to talk to the referee to find out why they blew it down. Anyways, no goal. Face off to the right of goaltender Jake Bowen tonight. Stolen behind the net of Eastern for Western. Picked up by Brett Baker, who still has it looking up front. Now he spins around behind. Puck drops off to Nab for Western.
Bourne's able to chip it up to Ouellette, who gets it out for the Eagles. The Eagles will spend their first time of the night down in Western zone.
Well, they didn't get a score in 14 seconds like last night.
Too bad, that was fun. Nice turnover. Zakrajcek just kind of whiffs on the shot there, but puck comes out. Ouellette goes that backhand, just squirts wide. Good chances by the Eagles here. Hurley now with it for the Eagles on the blue line. He's able to get Ouellette. Ouellette's stretching out to get that puck. He's able to come away with it. Chips it across the rink to Smith. Smith unable to get a shot off, but now, Stevenson's shot just wide of the net.
Stevenson's shot looked like it had a laser on it. It was going straight to the net.
Nice hand-eye coordination by Michael to keep the puck in his zone there.
Jeff McCallum shoots it up the near boards. Eastern intercepts it. Now Western pops back out, and Fenton is in the corner battling for the puck. He played a lot of time last night, too. Had a lot of ice time last night.
Yes, he did. Now Smith one-on-one with his man. A little too many dangles there, and loses the puck, goes in the corner.
Wojcik did a nice job of riding him out for Western.
Jeff's now back with two Western attackers. He'll take it behind his own net, pull up there, kind of a chip shot, but dangerous chip shot to the stick of Western. Stevenson come back and able to intercept that pass, and the puck will go in the netting to blow the play dead.
Fenton did a nice job of intercepting that pass from behind Eastern's net. Had a light shot on net, but he still got it on goal. So Bowen, this is the first time he's been in net for a few games, so he must be off injury reserve then.
Yeah, it looks like a lower body injury must have finally healed up well. I know he backed up last night, but good to see him get the start tonight. Keegan Otness now.
Nice check off by Mark McDonald. He buried Shaw in the near boards.
You don't hear that very often the other way around.
No, you don't. Cloutier got it for Western, bounced it out.
Western definitely playing a little bit more of a physical game tonight than they did last night.
Yeah, they changed. It looks like they're changing the game plan a little bit compared to last night. I think you're right, though, Trav. I think Western has decided to pick up their physicality a little bit tonight compared to last night because they're hitting a lot sooner tonight than they did last night.
Yeah, you see them following through on the checks. It's something they just didn't do last night.
Ouellette's in all by himself, takes a shot. Nice job by McDonald. Bounced it off his blocker side. We got Nab coming in. He took a hard shot. Knocked down by Bowen in net for Eastern. 15:43 left in the first period. Did Shaw make it down to the barrel house last night?
He did.
I missed him last night when I saw him. Did he like that new stick? He talked about his offensive prowess with that stick?
He was loving it, but he was still trying to chisel an assist last night from me.
Oh.
But, stick didn't lie. Officials didn't give it to him for a reason.
Dawson Roberts drops it off for Eastern. Bounced over to Wojcik. He took a shot. Yeah, there's no question Western's looking like they decided that they're going to start using the body more tonight than they did last night.
They had to do something to mix it up compared to what happened last night for them. So,
man, Eastern dominated them last night.
It was definitely a dominating performance for your Eagles. Folks, if you're cold here in Cheney, come down to the rink. Currently, for some unknown reason, our HVAC system has about 80 degrees where we're sitting, and it feels like it's a tropical sunset.
Not even when you warm up, you see a good hockey game. Because right now, they're playing evenly matched again like they did last night for about a period, and the Eastern took over. But right now, it's been a pretty close game. Monroe shoots it in behind Eastern's net.
Back over to Thompson, who couldn't locate his jersey for warm-up, so he had to wear a different number just so we were able to track that thing down for him.
And was it just misplaced, or did he just...
Oh, Shane Smith with a nice check. He left it in the locker room last night, and unfortunately had to take the gear out because there was 5 games here at the arena today, and he left his jersey, and someone kindly moved it for him so it wouldn't get stolen, but we had to track down where it happened to go.
Life of a hockey player at home.
I'm hoping the Eagles don't have their typical Saturday hangover they usually have, and just they don't seem to have the energy that they had last night coming out of the gates.
Well, I think what Western's doing to them, shot off the back of the net, is Western just playing a little bit more physical, and they're staying home more than what they did yesterday. Well, I thought Western ran around way too much, and they're staying in their spots tonight. But again, it's still a very tight game. Shots and goal 2-0 though right now, which I think should be 2-1 in Western's favor, because I know that one bounced off of McDonald. Face off won by Western. Stoneham pops it up to Nab. Nab dumps it in. Bowen stops it. Took a tricky hop on him on that one. So did you catch any of that football game, Dane? Who won that game?
Eastern happened to lose to Weber State. I think they lost 28-20, but I was nowhere to be found. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you were probably working in one of those 5 games before tonight's game.
Oh, I had a little bit of that. We had a men's rugby game earlier this morning, so it's a little bit of everything for us. Now McKay with it back from the Utes. He takes a check. Able to get the puck over to Ouellette. Uses his body to chip it over to Zakrajcek. Now Zakrajcek and Browning. 2-on-1. Zakrajcek shot off the far pad. Browning just skated a little bit too far in that. Intercepted by Jeff. Jeff chips it up, but linesman does a nice job of deflecting the puck to keep it from going down low.
Baker pops the puck back on down to Colter, who's behind his net. Shot it up to Stoneham. But again, like right now, Eastern's kind of not sure what they want to do. They're just kind of, instead of passing tape to tape, they're just kind of shooting the puck up, hoping someone gets it, which is totally different than how they played last night. 12:38 left in the first period.
might go on the draw for the Eats. He's able to win it. Shot by Thompson. Squirts all the way back out to Gilming. Gilming decides to leave it on for Smith, who's able to keep it in the zone. Now Gilming gets skated around by 12 from Western. He makes another nice move, cuts the front of the net. Orien's able to knock him off.
Man, McCallum made some nice dekes on that one. He just lost the puck at the end. But I would say right now, Trav, it looks like Western's putting more pressure on the offensive zone than Eastern is right now.
Definitely appears to be that way. Just like you said, Eastern's just not crisp with their passes. They're just more of this chip pass and hoping that an Eastern guy's there, and it's unfortunate it hasn't got any breaks for him so far.
Well, that's an example I'm talking about. Bugden had just shot the puck in wildly, and no Eastern player was on it, and Baker picked it up, had a good shot on goal.
And Eastern, I mean, they have a different game per their style per different nights, but it seems like they're not taking the body. They're hoping just to kind of do that, you know, maybe stick check and get a break, and it just hasn't seemed to work out for them yet.
Well, whatever style they decided to use last night, I'd go back to it because it worked really well. It's a big hit on Holtonley.
Stevenson now with the break, got 2-on-1 with Cheney. His shot right into the logo of the Western goaltender. You have to do a little bit better aiming on that one to get it past McDonald, that's for sure.
I'm not sure he was trailing for Eastern, but Stevenson decided to take the shot, and McDonald tracked it all the way on him.
Shaw wins the draw. Stevenson, little flutter shot, gets it deep.
Another nice little crowd here tonight, Trav. Looking at it, there was a really nice crowd last night.
Yeah. I'll get an update on attendance numbers when I do the intermission. Nice shot on there. Again, another save from McDonald.
Nice stop by him. That was through a screen, and he tracked all the way, hit it, got it in his glove. But again, we talked about this last night. Eastern draws really well for the league.
They do. I mean, we're fortunate to have University of Idaho and Montana State here earlier this afternoon in the building, and they still had a pretty good crowd for the Idaho folks, but it's definitely nothing like an Eastern crowd draws here at home.
Well, I remember Idaho last year. They had a nice contingent of followers when I watched them twice last year play. Western's bringing it out of their end. Baker has it. Tries to shoot it over. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Was that Ouellette?
That was Morgan Ouellette.
Oh, man.
That'd be bar south right there.
Whoa.
What a quick release there.
Well, he stole it from Baker, went in all by himself, and I think McDonald thought he was going to go low. He started going to butterfly top shelf right in the corner.
What a beautiful shot by Morgan.
Well, that's interesting now. We'll see how Western responds because they were taking the play to Eastern. They had the momentum, but now with that goal, we'll see if what happened last night will happen tonight because they kind of fell apart after that first goal.
They're going to give that one to Morgan Ouellette, unassisted at 9:39.
The cry check shoots it all the way down in Eastern. And then McDonald decided he'd just play by himself.
Good play by himself. That goal will take Morgan Ouellette up to 14 goals on the season and 23 points for the year. Morgan's having a great year. He's kind of getting a little bit overshadowed by Zakrajicek's unbelievable numbers, but Morgan himself has definitely been a force this year. Those two on a line combining for a total of what's that going to be? Over 50 points in 10 games for that line?
Yeah, they're a great pairing. Yeah, with Boring on that line too, Browning, he does a nice job of offsetting everybody.
Yeah, Browning's just that kind of nice setup man. He'll always make sure he gets the puck to the stick and kind of follow through with it. So that's nice to see that Pat's found a good combination for that first line that can maintain and put some offense on the board. Now Smith, shot, rebound comes loose. He still has a loose in there. The net looks like it's dislodged. It's going to come out of the zone, but that was another good scoring chance for the Eagles.
Well, Smith did a nice job. He had that first initial shot, and then he just kept going. And McDonald had the rebound come out a little bit further than what he thought. And then Smith had another putback on it, but McDonald did a great job of tracking the second shot. That was the hardest one out of the two. Faceoff's coming outside of Western zone. So Eastern must knock the goalpost off the mooring. Face-off won by Eastern. Smith dumps it in. Butnick knocks it all the way around the boards for Western, who is trying to get out of their end, but they're having trouble because they're too bunched up right now. Holnick shoots it all the way down. He picks it back up behind Eastern's net. On the way back over to Wojcik. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Eastern just seems to be having trouble figuring out where they want to position themselves, and they're basically getting each other's way right now.
Yeah, the passes just aren't very crisp at this point, but at this point they're still up 1-0. So as much as I like to badmouth them, I can't be too hard on them. There's Shaw with a hit. Good to see him finally get awake this game.
Oh yeah, Stoneham took a shot, ricocheted off of, I think that was Boring.
Yeah, Boring's down there battling in the corner there with Cheney. Puck comes all the way out down to Western's blue line. Give a chance for East to regroup as well as Western. Western chips it back down, far corner at us.
Nice hustle by Baker for Western. Tied that puck up down to the corner.
Shaw's able to get it free, but just over to the Western's D-man. And definitely looks like a scramble here for the Eagles.
Roberts, nice point shot right there.
Nice shot block by, that could be Pelton. And we are going to get
someone's going in.
Our first penalty of the game, and who are they going to get it here? It looks like Stoneham.
Yeah, Stoneham going to the box.
Put your Eagles up on the first power play of the game. With 7:26 remaining in the first.
Well, it's interesting, we were talking about it, and I don't think it was a criticism on Eastern how their passes aren't the same. They're doing a nice job. They're up on shots 9-4. They just don't look themselves like they did last night.
A nice shot block there by Western's player. He's feeling it. Boring in group spot in his own net for the Eagles. He's going to pass it off to Krajicek. So Krajicek just going to, gets it poked away by the Western player.
Well, Fenn tracked him down pretty well. He was definitely taking a good angle on him and really disrupted the play. Now he just buried an Eastern player.
Browning there.
Yeah. So that's what I like about that Browning kid. He came right back at him, and there's a big size difference between those two players.
Purley gets to Krajicek. Will just put it down behind the Western's net. McDonald will try to play it up, but pass it right to Krajicek. So Krajicek back out to the point to Purley. Purley's shot blocked in. Oh, there it is. And somehow Trevor Krajicek finds the back of the net like he's done so many times this season and continues his 11-game scoring streak.
I think that was Boring that got the assist. It'll be interesting to hear the call, but whoever it was did a nice job. He had his head up. McDonald for Western thought he was going to shoot the puck, and right at the last second he did a real quick little pass to Z, and that was wide open. Well, I don't know, Trev, maybe the system's working well, because right now Eastern's up 2-0. It's hard to say, but they're playing well.
Yep. They're going to go ahead and give that goal as a Krajicek from Boring and Browning.
Western just flips the puck around Eastern's net. Wojcik back for Western on by his net, shoots around the board. Smith picked it up for Eastern, but got stuffed by the boards by Stoneham. Got Baker bringing it up for Western. Crosses Eastern's line, takes a quick shot, went far right. I don't know if Western would be able to go down more than 2 goals right now because I'm telling you, Bowen's looking sharp. He's looking sharp in net.
Well, this is the kind of opportunities that he's going to need if he wants to try to earn that net back from O'Donnell.
Well, it's good to have him work a little bit too, because I know that McDonald played it the last few games, and so it's good to get him some work tonight. Puck intercepted by Shaw, but then got his pickpocketed by Montrose, who lost it to Shaw. Shaw takes the body, his game. Around Eastern's net right now.
Really a nice little chip spin. Oh, a dangerous D-to-D pass there, and Shaw comes in and doesn't like the extra hack on Bowen there, and make sure that player knows it.
Well, that was Montrose that did that, but he did a nice job. He intercepted that pass behind the net, and he got it and did a quick little shot that really Bowen did a nice job of staying against the post, but then that second swat, Shaw, I don't think he liked that.
No.
But that Montrose is a good little player for Western too. He played a lot last night. Faceoff won by Montrose. Dropped over to Roberts. We got a couple players out there chirping at each other right now.
That's Ouellette for Eastern. He gets the puck. He's going to make an offensive strike. And he buries the top shelf again.
Mackerel, that was unbelievable shot by him. I think he caught McDonald sleeping on that one because he was on the far side of McDonald coming in. And he was out there about at the red dot going in. He just took a shot. Top shelf, just where his last goal went.
That was pretty.
Oh, excellent shot. Well, Led, he wanted to get up on that and get some more goals, get up on that national board like the Krychek is. But he's played outstanding all year.
Yep, they're going to give the goal to Ouellette with the assists is with Krychek and Purley. It's going to be hard if him to catch the Krychek. The Krychek's the one assisting his goals here. Oh.
A hack by Stoneham and that the refs missed. I think if Western doesn't get the next goal, now we got a breakaway.
You got Ouellette and Zakrajacek on a 2-on-1. That's a good one for the Eagles.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
McDonald had no chance. No chance whatsoever.
5-1 odds. McDonald saw that happen and he goes, I don't like this at all.
There's nothing he's going to do there.
Whoa, what a pass. He just froze McDonald. Because he went for the skate. I think that was Ouellette that had the puck, and he decided he thought he was going to shoot it, froze him, passed over to Z, popped it in.
They're going to give that one to 72 from 18 and 21.
Oh, that was a beautiful play.
Timeout here by Western. That's probably a good timeout by Coach McDonald because right now the Eagles are just running away with this game.
Yeah, they are. They are. This now is starting to look a little bit like Eastern did last night, and it took them about a period and a quarter to dominate. Right now Eastern's picking it up with 3:53 left in the first. But Eastern, right now Western has no answer for them. And they were looking like they were taking the play to them at the start of the period. But right now 12-6 shot differential in favor of Eastern. They're picking up now where they left off. That's what I was thinking they would do. They had a little slower start than what I anticipated, but Western's going to have trouble slowing them down right now. And so everybody out there in Eastern, with all that snow out here in Cheney, might as well come on down and catch the next 2 periods of action at the URC. Because it's nice and warm in the building. I know it's cold outside.
Yeah, it's real warm in here, that's for sure.
Well, if you're a Western, Travel, if you're the coach, what are you telling them?
Well, right here, actually, I got to make a comment that number 3, Blaine Gustafson, getting his first shift of the year for the Eagles. Nice to see him get some ice time for all his hard work. If you're a Westerns coach, you're just going to have, you tell me. I got nothing here.
Well, they're going to have to change their system, obviously, because yesterday I think they were trying to do more offense. Tonight they decided to use the body, and that's definitely not working. And so if I was them, I would try a dump and chase game to see if that would loosen up Eastern a little bit. Because right now, they can't penetrate Eastern at all on the blue line. Western has the puck right now, dropped it off to Wojcik, who took a quick shot, blocked by his own player, Stoneham in front of the net. Now it looks like the play's reversed, Trav. It looks like Western is getting in their way, like Eastern was doing earlier in the period, and they're their own worst enemy right now. Stoneham's starting to hit everything that moves now. They may just get totally frustrated and just start hitting everything, which would be a mistake because they can't afford going a man down and getting another goal on them. 4-0 right now, and there's only 2:50 left in the period.
I don't know who. I know one of the Western players was serving a suspension, but I couldn't tell you which one. I'll have to go look at the score sheet because they got an extra man on the box, or on the bench today, so that's going to help them a little bit, but hasn't helped on the score clock.
No, not at all. They just haven't had an answer this weekend so far for Eastern. But that's one difference I see compared to last round I was watching these two teams play. Eastern played them hard, but you could tell Western had a little bit more talent. It's definitely shifted this year. Eastern, you can see, has a bit. Well, they actually do have a lot more talent overall. They're deeper than Western is, and that's a big shift from last year.
Yeah, I think you got to credit a lot of that to Coach Hanlon and Coach Chris Watkins. And once the team was able to sign Hanlon and Hanlon signed Watkins, it's just been a night and day difference of how the program's looked over the last few years. I mean, it would start out with the first coach, Shel Sherman. He did a great job. The program still had 7, 8 guys and struggled to get numbers. And then all of a sudden you got Alec Burke, and that's when the team won that banner that we're looking up right now at center ice. But they were just always lacking that depth. They've always had about that first really good line, and the second and third line just couldn't really hang with the second and third lines of other teams. But now you see it here in the fourth year that it's just.
Well, they definitely have 3 lines that can roll with people. I've noticed that the whole year. So that's a luxury for any hockey team. Maybe they're looking at the banner and Eastern wants another one up there. That one banner is looking a little lonely up there.
It is. I'll have to take the fault for having that banner still up there and not moving it back by the score clock. That's kind of was my job. But
I like it. I like it right there.
I like it right too.
Everyone can see it.
Unless you're in the roof.
Well, Western is trying now to almost a semi-dump and chase game. But again, even when they do that, they're not sending that one forward in to chase the puck. They're just dumping it in and hoping that the puck bounces back off the board. McCallum has the board, shoots it out front, intercepted by Eastern, and that was Browning. Now Stevenson's down there, down low. His shot was blocked. Puck comes out. Browning has it, picks it up, takes it over Western's end, shoots it down low, and he took a massive hit. Brett Baker just leveled Browning, but he got right back up, and now he's out. He just threw the body too. I love that Browning kid. He plays a good hockey game. Baker takes another shot at him, but he's right there battling with him. I'm telling you, Browning's a tough little hockey player. 6 seconds left in the period, winding down. That is the end of the first period. Eastern up 4-0. They're just totally dominating Western right now. And that's the only word I can keep thinking of is domination. Right now, I think possibly the Western's coach is going to get an unsportsmanlike. Someone is. The referee's over there arguing with the coach and a couple players. So Western's definitely going to start the period shorthanded. I do think he's going to give some Western player and possibly the coach unsportsmanlike. Western coach is not happy at all letting the referee know what he thinks of him right now. Shot differential was 12-6 in Eastern's favor. But this game is, I'm hoping, Trav, it doesn't get chippy, but it's starting to look like it. Western's complaining about almost every call.
I just got word from the booth that the Western coach, Larry McDonald, has been given a 2-minute bench minor and a game misconduct.
I thought he got hit with a misconduct penalty because I saw the referee do the hands on his hip, and he was telling him that he did not think he was very good. But again, maybe he's trying to fire up his team. Something has to happen because right now, what they were doing, they're not doing anything. So anyway, we're going to step away right now. There's 19 minutes left at intermission. Come back. Come on out to the URC. Check out the next 2 periods. We'll see you in a bit. Well, this is an interesting development, folks out there. The word I'm getting right now is Western has decided to forfeit the rest of the game. We're trying to get word right now. Eastern's just come back on the ice. But in between periods, we were catching word that Western's coach said, nope, they're not going to come back. They're hitting the road. So we'll see here in a few seconds if that's the case or not. But any way you look at it, Eastern was going to win this game. There's no question. They just got an earlier win off this. We got some updates right here. The commissioner just joining me.
Well, we have a very unique situation. Apparently, Western's goaltender McDonald pulled his groin at the end of that period, so Western is going to forfeit the rest of the game.
Well, that is fascinating. So they have no one on their team that's a backup emergency goaltender. Like most teams will have one or two people that played it at one time. They use them in case of emergencies. So that'd be interesting. They have no one that's played any net for Western at that time.
Yep, so how this officially works is that Western's refusing to come out, so Eastern had to take the ice. There is assessed a 2-minute refusal to play penalty, and then a major refusal to play penalty, and then at that point the referee's discretion. So that's what we're doing.
Now doing something like that, is there a possibility that Western opens themselves up to a fine or some kind of discipline action on that?
Definitely potential. I'm going to have to check in with the overall ACHA Division II Commissioner, Jay Peacock, to see what the official ruling is going to be, but there definitely will be some kind of penalty assessed.
We're getting word right now. And it is official. Western has decided to forfeit. I'd be frank with you, Trav, every time I think I've seen everything. This is the first time I've seen this happen because, like I said, I've seen other times where teams lost their first two goalies and they usually have a third person that played it that they'll use them in emergency cases. So this is fascinating to me right now.
I have to agree. This is one of those where, as a commissioner, you hope you never have to deal with, but unfortunately, due to low player numbers and just everything else, they're going to have to just not play.
Well, you know as well as I do what I said earlier is Eastern had this game won. It was just a matter of how big a victory they were going to have. Western wasn't going to come back from a front deficit. They were thoroughly outplayed in the first. So in that aspect, the forfeit is a forfeit, and Eastern gets to win. They had to win anyway if they played it out. So even though there was 2 periods left, Eastern dominated them again tonight.
They did. I'm going to go deal with this on the paperwork side, but Gary, if you'll sign everybody off, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Gary,
well,
take it away.
Folks, as we're leaving early, feel free to come down to Barrel House Pizza, join the team. Big victories tonight and yesterday for Eastern. That moves them into first place, my understanding, by 1 point. And so big wins for Eastern. And again, I wouldn't look at this forfeit as well. Eastern got lucky on this. They dominated that first period. They looked like they did last night for the last 2 periods. Thoroughly owned Western. And they picked up right where they left off tonight with a 4-0 lead and a 12-6 shot differential. It was pretty much in their hands. It was just how big the score was going to end up at the end of the game. But, well, anyway, folks, the next Eastern is on the road next week. They're going to Montana, play Montana State, and then they hit Montana Tech after that. So hopefully you enjoyed that first period. And I'd encourage you to come down to the Barrel House. Even though it's still snowing out there, they got great food, nice atmosphere down at the Barrel House. And we'll talk to you again in about another 3 weeks. I think that's the next home game is about 3 more weeks for them. So, Gary Allen from URC, hope you have a good evening. Come on down to the Barrel House.